So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 2 of the night. This is going to be Team Spicy Milk taking on Team, thank goodness, it's Friday. Ooh, hey, Schroeder. You were here before, right? You were back before. Welcome back. I've seen you before. At least one other time. I remember that because the first thought was Schrodinger's cat. And then, of course, my brain went off on the big picture of whether or not is Schrodinger's cat real or not? That's a good question. I don't know. Either way, I am joined by the awesomeness that is Nova himself. So I've actually got to update the name to say that as well. If I can even find the name, as we are into picks and bans somewhere. Here it is.
So first ban though is coming out is Diana. Now I believe Diana is definitely a character that I seem to remember Smartest having played before. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but hasn't he played that before?
Smartest playing Diana?
Yeah.
Yes, that is a champion that he's played. So
as well as I'm pretty sure the Twitch ban is going out towards Zeno, as Zeno did play Twitch jungle, I believe, during the spring tournament, I think, or during scrims for it.
Probably during scrims for it. Yep.
The Zoe ban, just stereotypical because nobody likes Zoe right now.
Super strong poke. Kind of same thing with Kale as well. Super strong in the late game. Just one of those champions that you say is you're kind of like Nico as well. It's not necessarily that they're OP, though Kale is kind of OP.
So is Zoe.
They're just really annoying to deal with. So the best way to just make sure that you don't have to deal with them is to take them off the table, ban them away. Interesting that Catinator, who actually, no, that was banned against Cody, who, by the way, if you aren't aware, and for those of you that are new, Zucchini, though there is a current in the XLNC meme of it being called Zucchini due to somebody's mispronunciation of it, is Cody, and Crazy Roy is Asana.
Okay,
so,
I figured that it was probably those two because, dear goodness, those two must have so much blue essence on their hands that it's like every other month they got a new name.
Oh yeah.
It's like XLNC Brad and Chad was last time, and then they're just like absolutely messing with all of our minds because we couldn't keep them straight.
Let's just keep the steam rolling. At least there's a difference between the two. I mean, know
Asuna
that
and Asuchini.
if you need your veggies, go for the Zucchini. As Shen and Yasuo, the first two lock-ins there. Jammy Jar looking for that Yasuo. We saw him last game. Different player playing Yasuo, but still very strong.
And Shen is a character that's actually recently gotten some buffs on 9.7, I believe. It just got, I can't remember exactly what it was that was increased, but he definitely did get a little bit of an update, so you're just going to see him being played a little bit more. I think that the champion's pretty solid in the top lane. Now, question is the Yasuo going to be going top, or is it going to be going mid?
I would assume that it's mid lane. That's what most Yasuos do. The Zyra could be mid, could be support, but I'm going to guess it's most likely in a supportive role, as Kai'Sa's going to be locked in to be the ADC with the Zyra. Now, as you're talking about with that Shen, the thing I love about Shen is his ability to not only be a split pusher, which is really big in the game. You think about like Jax, Kale a little bit. There's a lot of Nasus is really big right now.
As well as Ryze.
Yeah, there's a lot of split pushing that goes on, 1-4 style compositions, but you rely very heavily on that teleport to join the team if there's a big 5v5 team
the
fight.
Stand United from Shen is going to be really big.
That just fills in as that free TP.
Yeah. It's just, and as well as he has TP, so if his ult is down, you still can't really count him out for being a member in that team fight. It's really good because you can just immediately disengage that split push.
So the Lucian comes in for the side of Spicy Milk, looking for a bit more of a team fight on that side. But then what's interesting is they also have the Xerath, which is going to be a bit more poke composition. So they got some interesting options here. I kind of like the Xerath, especially if you're going for a 1-4 comp, because you know that you're not going to necessarily always have that 5v5 available, and so Xerath can kind of focus on the poking. However, the Lucian is an interesting one because he really wants to be a duelist in the early game, beat out in that laning phase, and then be able to deal damage when it comes to the Kog'Maw jungle.
Yeah, I was wondering there, like, and I guess this was some kind of a plan from Catinator, because in the bans they did ban out 2 jungles in Kayn and Sejuani. Now, I'm not quite sure what Kane or Sejuani have on Kog'Maw, but apparently it's something. But Catnator definitely seems like he's feeling himself this time.
Kog'Maw jungle. Okay, so late game, his attack speed will be plenty. He'll have a little bit of lifesteal as well. He should be able to be fine. But he is incredibly squishy early game.
He's not going to have any clear in the jungle other than any decent speed, especially versus someone like an Elise who's looking for them crazy early ganks everywhere, just trying to just get...
She doesn't need to gank, she just goes kills and Kog'Maw.
Like, she can do that too. She can just, you could just turn Kog'Maw into a little walking bomb. It doesn't matter. Like, Elise, generally don't like playing 80 carries into assassins, and Elise is definitely an assassin that will just pop you just like that. Kog'Maw's really probably not going to have a fun time, so probably going to be seeing Asuna here trying to go into Kog'Maw's jungle and just steal away from camps, kill him all.
Now, the one thing you could argue is Kog'Maw's very squishy. People are going to be trying to invade and kill him, and that allows for teammates to maybe make a play as well. So if you know that something like that's going to be happening, and if you have the support of your team to help you leash some of those jungle monsters, maybe you go to the blue side for the bottom side first, and then you switch over and get your red with the help of a Lowy or something. Maybe something sort of in that nature can be figured out. So Lazy, oh my goodness, it's been forever. How are you doing? And Zidax, yes, Nova is here. He's literally here, hanging out. Fox Nova in the flesh. Sorry, I don't know. Let's go ahead and roll through the players and their champions very quickly, as I still have my mind blown that Lazy's here, hanging out. How are you doing, Lazy? Hope you're doing well. Okay, for the side of Spicy Milk, we've got Calm Poison taking the Shen in the top lane, Dive himself on the Lucian in the bottom lane, ADC role, Xeno with the Xerath in the mid lane, Asana with the Elise in the jungle, and Zucchini with the Thresh in the bottom lane supportive role.
And then for the side of Thank Goodness It's Friday, we have Jammy Jar in the top lane playing Yasuo. The Zyra most likely going in supportive role with piloted by Lucky Friday 13. Didn't even notice that synergy. Lucky Friday, Thank Goodness It's Friday. Match Decline will be playing the Kaisa pairing with that Zyra. Alawi in the top lane by Smartest, and then the off the wall pick, Kog'Maw in the jungle from Catnator. Let's see what this guy can do.
There is some potential for Wombo combo from TGIFriday. So if you're looking at the whole Alawi with those tentacle slams, her ultimate, big AoE. You're looking at the Zyra ultimate with those plants, big AoE. And then you have Kog'Maw and Kaisa that can both Gatling gun throughout attacks. And the Yasuo, if he catches somebody out with the Tornado Last Breath, that could set up
as well
those
as
what
you're not including is Zyra's ult is a knockup.
Oh, that's true. That is very true
like
as well.
if you can hit those 5-man knockups or like 3-man knockups with a Zyra ultimate, that is just a crazy synergy into Yasuo. It's like just an even bigger Gragas barrel, just boom everywhere, and then you just get knocked up. Plus, if you're with the Alawi ult on top of that, you're gonna be getting slowed from that, making it easier for Zyra to land her knockup. Yasuo is just gonna come in and is just gonna destroy you. But still, though, there's a lot of damage coming out from the other side. Shen's gonna be able to be a front line. He's gonna be able to split push. So while this team, TGIFriday, TGIF is going to be looking.
We can change it to Friday.
No. TGIF's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll get it.
I'm gonna keep saying TGIFriday, so I'm just changing it to TGIFriday.
So TGIFriday over here is going to be looking for them team fights. They're going to be probably in a 4v5 or they're probably going to be in a 5v4 situation, as Shen's probably going to try to split push a little bit.
Right.
But as we mentioned earlier, it does have that ability to join. And the one thing that did not get banned out is Zucchini's Thresh. Now, I'm pretty sure this is an elaborate ploy from these guys, changing their names constantly so nobody knows who they are, so that his champion never gets banned.
You can't ban away somebody's main if you don't know who they are.
Exactly.
Genius.
And if you guys have ever seen Cody's Thresh, this man is an absolute monster on this champion. I once asked him why was he so good at getting hooks. He said, basically after the first the first hook I throw, I immediately know how they're gonna move after every single hook, and I can just instantly predict them. Like, how you do that?
The hyper predictions, I like it. Well, either way, ladies and gentlemen, we are setting up for game number 2 of the night. Spicy Milk taking on Team Thank Goodness It's Friday. So, excited about this one. As you were talking about the wombo combo options from TGIFriday, on the opposite side, they don't need to fight as a 5-man. They have a Lucian, a Xerath, and a Elise. These are champions that are looking not only for a bit more pick, but the Xerath is incredibly long range. The likelihood that he's going to be blended into the middle of multiple team members is unlikely. And that's not impossible, but it's just unlikely because he's so long range, he can play that very far back line. Lucian is a frontline, so there is concern about him maybe, with the Elise or Thresh being all caught out together. But that said, they could play the vision game. If they're dropping the right wards, the death sentence from the Thresh and the cocoon from the Elise could be the CC that they need to actually catch someone out from TGIFriday, burst them down before they ever get that wombo combo off.
Now, also looking here, though, there is looking to be some form of a invade or just dive onto this Yasuo. I don't know, but they are all up in their jungle right now. Kai'Sa finding the
couple auto attacks down.
A couple auto attacks down to the Shen, but not much. Now they're in an awful position. This is probably This is probably going to be flash
Match
blown.
decline dropping low. The flash forward, and Elise will get first blood. They're also going to burn the flash from the Zyra as well.
There was no flash burn from the Kai'Sa.
Oh, yeah, the Kai'Sa decided not to burn flash. Probably said, you know what, I'm already going to die. There's no reason for me to try to flash away. I'll get one of the enemy team's flash. Got the flash out of the Shen. So it is a flash for flash, but it's first blood to Spicy Milk, and they're going to be able to steal away Kog'Maw's blue buff, which means he's going to be up here soloing the red out by himself.
Look at how much damage he takes.
Oh my goodness.
He's already almost down to
Hold on, the flash forward and the hook from the Thresh, and straight into the cocoon from Elisa as well. Level 2 gank, you talked about it, and that's going to be a second kill, this one to the Xerath, who's in that bottom lane, as the bottom lane carry. Lucian actually hanging out in that mid lane. So we were a little bit off on our picks, or at least our positioning from different champions. Lucian feeling good about getting some dueling power onto the Yasuo. It does look like Kog'Maw was able to get that red, and he is kiting out the blue buff and picks that up. So he's going straight buff to buff at the moment. However, he's going to find himself fighting off against the Lucian. Gets an auto attack with that red buff proc, but he's dropping low, forced to flash, dive chasing afterwards. Gets a little bit more damage down. That's it. Jammy Jar here, though. And they might actually get the trade, as dive going to be dropping low. Kog'Maw gets the burst, and we missed what happened on that top side. So we want to check in here as a kill did go over. Smartest looking for the kill onto Compoisy, who stepped forward, had the entire minion wave as well at his back, taking him down bit by bit. The flash from Smartest, unnecessary. But you know what? You still get the kill. Still feels good.
And it's actually relatively even as far as the kills go. The main difference is going to be in this bot lane, as now both the Kai'Sa and the Zyra are
hold on, Cody. Gonna try to give us life over. Walks underneath the turret, misses the death sentence, takes multiple turret shots, and Kai'Sa just walks him down. Now can turn on, get a couple auto attacks onto Xeno, dropping him down, throws at the Q, but it hits a minion behind. Match decline, just outside of range. Rough stuff. But good pushing back and a revenge kill.
Revenge kill there for the Kai'Sa, and that's really big. The ability to just be able to turn that around after that horrible scenario with the level 1 cheese in the jungle dying there. Being able to turn that around and get herself a kill is going to feel real good. And match decline going in on Xeno here.
Yeah, use the supercharge to get it forward a little bit, but it's about even health trade between those two. However, keep in mind that Kai'Sa does have heals still available, so it can play around on that.
Asuna coming up top here for Smartest.
Looking for a gank. Calm Poison going to be stepping back, letting Smartest be stuck between two players, and
the cocoon
hits. One tentacle slam, and that will be
will be a kill for Asuna there.
The CC from that cocoon, plenty enough to be able to pick off that kill. A little bit of continuous play in that bottom lane. The poke from this Kai'Sa, dropping Xeno low. Catinator in trouble again, though. Asuna flashes forward, finds the cocoon. Third kill for Elise.
And this is exactly what we predicted was going to be happening. Just Catnator just being just having to be like super low on health because of just like Kog'Maw not being a traditional
Threshold step forward, gets the Flay as well, dropping the Ignite onto the Kai'Sa. They're turning on to Lucky Friday 13, but the snipe comes through from the Kai'Sa. Found him with that Void Seeker. Also going to get the double kill with the help of the plants from the Zyra. So good stuff.
Beautifully played there from the bot lane of TGIFriday.
Ardent Blaze ending the fight in the mid lane from the Lucian. Dive being able to pick off his own kill on the Yasuo. He already used the Wind Wall, didn't have available to try to protect himself. It's underneath the turret, but good range with that Ardent Blaze. Picks it up. So at the moment, it's still fairly even between the two teams, only 400 gold separating them, 7 kills to 5. But it's who these kills are on that's the big difference. 3 on this Elise, making her 3-0. 3 on the Kai'Sa as well for the side of TGIFriday. And honestly, if I had to choose between those two, I'd take the Kai'Sa because her late game is just so much better.
It's absurd. Elise's main strength is her early game when she can make a whole bunch of effect on the state and getting the other laners ahead. At least in my opinion, unless assassins are getting stupidly fed, they aren't going to have a whole lot of impact in the late game because their main thing is they want to get in and pick off one person. So then that's why champions like...
Oh, Yasuo.
Oh my gosh!
He tries to make a play on the Lucian, and Lucian just don't care. Says, you know what? You're just walking straight into me, giving me a free kill. Jammy Jar didn't burn Flash or Ignite. So, very interesting choice. But you're talking about the Elise and the fact that she is on the early game, and at least she's making an impact in this game, really doing what she can to get these lanes ahead. I just want to make sure that you got the pun that I made.
Yeah. Yeah, so just really going to be trying to make sure that she gets her other laners ahead.
Oh, nice plant from the Zyra. Blocks the hook from Zucchini, who's now in a bit of trouble. Dive going in, though. He's run down from the mid lane. Nice lantern to get him out. He's got low mana and low health. And the Zyra is, the Elise. Oh my gosh. The Kai'Sa is extremely low health, so probably will not be going in, but Zyra is full health, so Lucky Friday might be able to find a lucky hit to take
Xeno's
down.
stun going wide. Interesting thing to note here is the lane swap. Xeno moving up to the mid lane.
Zucchini's dead. Oh, he gets the shield from the lantern. He tries to make a play. He actually burned Flash to try to Flash play, but the Kai'Sa was already out of range. I think he used Supercharge to escape. Tornado's going to come through. The barrier's dropped by Xeno. A little bit on the earlier side, so he still takes the damage, but he's got to recall. Otherwise, Yasuo, with that last breath, will be able to kill him until Elise shows up. Hold on.
That was an interesting choice there, in my opinion, from the Yasuo not to go in with the last breath, as he did have it up and Xeno's Flash was down. It seemed like that would have been a fairly easy kill right there in that little indent next to the river, but just make...
Oh, great death sentence straight into Flay. Lucky Friday's going to be gone. The Ignite ticks down and Dive picks up another kill.
You want to talk about damage early, though? 4-1 on Dive's Lucian right now is just absolutely murdering everyone right now. Well, we've still been seeing great play out of this Kai'Sa. They just have not been able to finish him off.
The flash forward from the Shen. He's trying to find the taunt. He misses the taunt, but the Cocoon is still good. On to Smarts, delaying a little bit of damage. And there is a beautiful ultimate from the Shen as well. Plus the repel. Oh, my lord. The
trade
still
kill
comes through. But we missed what's happening in the bottom lane. I got to say, it was an excellent play on that top side, trading out this damage. I want to slow it down, and then we'll check out what happened in this bottom lane. So this Cocoon comes through to the Tentacle Slam to basically be wasted. And then as soon as Asuna starts to get low, the Shen ultimate comes through, and then she repels to avoid that extra little bit of damage, but the last Tentacle Slam comes through. And now we're going to check very quickly what happens in the bottom lane. More than likely just a good death sentence by the Thresh. Oh, again, we're missing out on what's happening. Oh, okay. Match declined. Going to step forward to get a bit of a Cathian Rain, and the culling comes through from Dive. Flashes forward to make sure those last couple of shots goes down. I think, yeah, match declined. Tries to use the Killer Instinct to reposition as Dive is really low on mana. however, still goes down. As you're just basically jumping into somebody who's got a ton of damage.
I think Kaisa would have been able to make it out there if she had flash up, but since it was used earlier, just didn't have it. I've seen some pro players make that kind of a play before, where you get behind your opponent, killer instinct behind them, and then flash afterwards. It gives a fairly safe out. Either you kill them or you force them to use their flash to follow. But since Match Decline did not have the flash up, was not really able to get enough distance away to get past either the Ardent Blaze or just the double auto procs and Relentless Pursuit from Evolution.
So, and I like this from the side of Spicy Milk, just making sure that I got that name correct. The Elise was the one who picked up the kill in the top lane against the Alawi, whereas if Shen had picked it up, that would be more gold back on him that Alawi could pick up in future fights. As a nice stun on Jamie Jar in the mid lane, disengages a fight that could have gone badly for Xeno. A little bit of a hook from Lucky Friday, however, losing a lot of health. Ardent Blaze drops her underneath 200. Thresh jumping forward. Nice lantern to pull the Lucian into range. Kog'Maw is here. The jungle Kog'Maw. No buffs on him, though. He's going to be taking a step forward, but that is going to be it. I was trying to finish my comment about the top lane. I'll have to talk about that later. As a nice flash from Catnap, but he's still going to be hit by the Spiderling. At least gets the repel. Going to disengage the fight. Still goes down.
Trade kill, though.
As Xeno shows up with that Xerath, and Lucian is just rolling over the enemy team on this Lucian.
Lucian is rolling over the team with Lucian.
Dive is rolling over with that Lucian. Ultimate pulled out from the Alawi in the top lane. Smart is going to be jumping forward onto Calm Poison, taking a lot of turret damage. Shen goes back in. He needs to keep himself alive because he is at... There was something else I wanted to comment on, was the fact that his farm is so incredibly low. Barrier used by Xeno to block a little bit of the Ignite damage. It avoids the Q coming out. Still goes down. Jamie Jar, however, is walking into his own death.
I don't agree with that trade. Sure, you get your kill for yourself if you're Xeno. Oh, sorry. Sure, you get a kill for yourself if you are Jamie Jar, but I do not think it's worth it giving yet another kill over to this Lucian. Like, Lucian, while generally considered somewhat of an early game champion, it doesn't matter what champion you're playing most of the time. If you just get so far ahead.
Sentence Flame, Match Decline, does a nice ultimate to get himself out, Killer Instinct to escape. And now Dive going to be in trouble, dropped by Catinator, who's going to pick up a third kill of his game. We get a little bit more damage to the top lane. Another gank by Elise onto Smartest. Shen is here, but he is so low health he can't participate at all. And Elise is just trying to get Smartest to leave the turret alone. Good step, sidestep of the Test of Spirit. Gonna land the cocoon, go in. Shen ultimate is here just to give a little bit of extra shield. The flash forward from the Alawi, but Shen might get the last bit of damage. Oh, the Elise flashes to drop the smite, pick up the kill onto Smartest. Good stuff. You actually look overall at the game state. It's 16 kills to 9. Spicy Milk definitely having the kill lead, but not having the gold lead. In the bottom lane, it's a good thing that wasn't the Kaisa and the Zyra absorbed that hook as well as Ignite, because it would have been a dead Kaisa for sure.
Yeah, and that's actually really big for the side of TGIFriday there. What happened in the bot lane with Catinator getting that kill onto Dive.
Alright, hold on. Check this out very quickly. So, in the bottom lane, Kaisa's sticking around with way too little help. Unnecessary
Should
help.
have head back.
However, sees that Thresh extremely low, drops the Void Seeker, sets off the Q. One more auto attack might have been enough, but the Lantern pulling in Lucian, despite getting snared by Zyra, still finds himself the kill. Good stuff. This synergy between Dive and Zucchini is just beautiful to watch in this bottom lane.
It really is, and I guess maybe that was somewhat of a strategy that Spicy Milk, I almost said spoiled milk, but Spicy Milk.
I don't think that'd be very spicy if it was spoiled milk.
I don't think so either. A little bit more sour on that side, but from Spicy Milk, maybe that was a strategy they had to put Dive into a solo lane at the beginning, as he did play the mid lane until he got to level 6, so he could be up in experience when he went down into the bot lane.
Could be that they were trying out a little bit of different laning. options and then realized that it was not working out so well for them
Yeah.
and switched it up, which has obviously been a really good thing for them to do, as the solution is doing very nicely. Good supercharge, gets the Kai'Sa out of the death sentence from the Thresh. However, they're about to lose this bottom lane turret. It's down to less than, I believe, a single plate. It's at exactly that,
But
a single plate.
Even though for the side of even though Spicy Milk is looking to get this turret, first turret was already secured on the top lane by Smartest, a champion that can also split push, as we said Shen, but Alawi is not a slouch in the split push. Can 1v1 a lot of the champions in this game, especially from the side of especially since the side of Spicy Milk has no
the
true
calling
tank.
coming out from Dive. Drops the Zyra low, but it's not quite enough to kill her. And a killer instinct from
Beautiful.
Kai'Sa will be able to pick up that.
Killer
Hold
instinct.
on. We also lost the Lucian somehow in this fight. Let's go ahead and switch over to our team fight scene and check this out. Lucian's going to step forward to try to finish off Lucky Friday.
Pulls turret aggro.
Pulls for turret aggro, and the knock-up from Lucky Friday 13 means the tower shot is just going to chase him down and finish him off. Good stuff from the side of TGIFriday. Most especially Lucky Friday being able to drop that ultimate
The
and
namesake of the team.
cause a lot of trouble and the kill from Dive in that bottom lane.
And this is very well played from the TGIFriday bot lane with how far ahead
Oh, match detail. Hold on, match decline.
What?
All
Lucky Friday with that root.
So, Match likes to play with 200 health. Check this out.
Really does.
300 health, the Thresh does a really solid play. This is the auto attack into, or the flay into the ultimate, but the heal comes through from Match Decline. Zucchini has an opportunity to throw out an auto attack here. Wants to get that next auto attack. He's trying to get the reset by sidestepping. Flashes forward, but the just general health from Match Decline just a touch too much and drops that last auto attack, especially that root resetting an auto attack there from the Thresh. I mean, insane stuff. And Match Decline is just playing that fine edge. Kog'Maw, in the meantime, with the help of the Yasuo, picks up a Mountain Drake for the side
For a second
of TGI
there, I
Friday.
thought that said the dragon killed the Kog'Maw. I'm like, well, this is all but expected. But no, that is the dragon picked up for the side of TGIFriday.
And he's actually ahead in farm. Elise has been spending so much time trying to babysit this Shen in the top side.
That is always the trade-off that you have in a jungle matchup when you pick a farm jungler into a gank heavy jungler. Like if you were to pick a Karthus into some kind of an Elise, you're basically forfeiting, when you're picking the Elise, you're forfeiting basically your own self most of the time in your farm for the
to help the team.
To help the team. But the thing is, the Kog'Maw is going to be scaling up.
Cocoon in the mid lane, Jammy Jar, nice slash, trying to get out, but the rappel from the Elise will chase him down and make sure they get that kill. As
Good
Lucian
stuff.
gonna finally secure that bottom lane turret that's been bugging this side of Spicy Milk for a while.
Spicy Milk.
They do even up those turrets finally.
And as we were just talking about the farm difference, but as we clearly see, the farm means nothing to Asuna right now. He's like, I don't care if I'm down 30 farm, bruh, I'm still gonna one-shot your Yasuo.
Come mid lane, find that cocoon, get ourselves a nice extra kill. As again, they do lead the kills, but it's actually TGIFriday that leads the gold, mostly because of this farm difference, especially this Alawi on that top side. She's gonna get another test of spirit on
Almost
that Shen.
100 CS up.
However, something to note is that Shen is a tank. And so, yes, he wants those tanky stats, but he'll eventually get those tanky items. Eventually. It'll take him a little bit to get there, but he eventually will. As a tank, you don't need farm quite as heavy as your carries, unlike this Lucian, 9, 3, and 1 happy. And, oh, Zyra ultimate comes through. There's the last breath comboed with the Zyra ultimate. Thresh trying to get a little bit of damage to the ultimate, but he will be dropped. And
Beautifully
Kai'Sa takes
done
2
on that
kills.
double kill.
Kasuna on the top side, nice side step on the cocoon from Smartest. He's going to drop the ultimate. He might finally get this fight that he's been looking for, the 2v1. The smite comes through, but once again, just gets lost. That is unfortunate. Also, a little bit of fight here in the mid lane. We'll check in with that. But yeah, the Elise finding a nice, Alawi finding a nice fight on that top side. Catinator just poked out here. I think Xeno flashes forward, gets the stun. There's the Q coming down as well. Good stuff.
Beautifully
from
done
Xeno.
for Xerath, from Xerath there. amazingly done. Just being able to just
Well,
absolutely obliterate that Kog'Maw.
Yeah, when you know that you have the advantage and can take those aggressive flashes to pick up kills, that is really, really nice. Sure, it sucks to have your flash down, but you've been able to pick up a kill from that. Xerath currently sitting at 3, 2, and 3. Not the craziest of games, but doing quite well.
And I'm not particularly sure how much Xeno's flash matters, but as I say that, Jamie Jar going right in on him.
Gets a knock-up, has a tornado, decides not to use it.
Misses the Q. What's the name of that move? It's like Steel Strike?
Steel Tempest.
Steel Tempest.
As he's trying to, dodge away, but he's trying to dodge away from a Lucian auto attack. You cannot do that.
This is what I was just trying to say. This is why I don't think that Xeno not having his flash up is all of that important, because he is going to be trying to be a backline character that's going to be raining down with his ultimate, with his Arcane Barrage?
Yes, Arcane Barrage.
Arcane Barrage from the backline. He's just going to be trying to hit these skill shots onto the opponent. So as long as he's not getting dived on by this this Kog'Maw jungle that is definitely known for diving everywhere.
Oh yeah, Kog'Maw jungle, super at dive heavy. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if the Kog'Maw just flashed straight in to try to kill that Xerath.
Exactly.
I do want to note that earlier the Rift Herald was picked up by that Kog'Maw, so they will have it available for dropping in a particular lane. Most likely the mid lane. It's the most typical one used, as well as will be. It's the best defense for their turret is if the enemy turret's dead. However, they have to defend their turret at the moment with a nice 4-man push from the side of Spicy Milk. They're going to be able to get that Zyra ultimate a little bit late to the party, so they get a little bit low. However, for the moment, Spicy Milk is still alive. The flash forward straight into the cocoon, though, from the Elise. In the meantime, Lowy split pushing on that top side. That's what TGIFriday said. You know what? We're not worried about. We can just go ahead. We'll lose this turret, but we're getting one of our own on the top side.
And the gold, while it seems like there are a lot more kills going over the side of Spicy Milk, the gold is dead even, almost, with a slight advantage of like 600 gold going over to the side of TGIFriday. So this is a very even game here. And Kog'Maw looking to clear up some vision, as I believe the dragon is coming up soon. Yeah, will be active soon. So, and what kind of dragon is this?
Coming up, I think it's a mountain. Nope, it's a wind.
Windrake. So not quite the highest priority, but still nice. Will be nice for the Yasuo, as well as the
Lowy split push to be able to join the team. When a little bit faster, if she doesn't have that TP. Rift Herald spawned in the bottom lane. They saw that turret was extremely low. Know that,
as well as having eyes on most of the people inside, being in the mid lane. Just feeling that this is just free here to try to get this turret, and there it does go down. Credit will be given over to that Kog'Maw there. So good stuff, and Shelly will be left out to dry. Such a sad life she has. Comes in, bangs her head into a rock, and then dies.
It's unfortunate, the life of a Rift Herald. However, Lucky Friday may be joining her in that fate. The calling comes through from the Lucian, takes down the Zyra. It's actually Thresh that gets the kill credit, and now they can turn on to Match Decline. What a hook! How did that even land? As Catinator's now going to be cocooned and dropped. Great stuff from Spicy Milk after losing that bottom lane turret. Regroup, reorganize,
0.
and be able to pick up a bunch of kills. Now, this is something to note as the game gets a little bit later and a little bit later. The scaling for the side of TGIFriday is in favor. They've got their late game Kaisa and Kog'Maw, but they have to get there because at the moment, for the side of Spicy Milk, they may not be leading in gold, but they're leading in pressure. They lose their top lane turret. However, it looks like it's going to be a 2v1 fight as Smartest actually forces the flash out of dive. He's losing his health, dropping low. He just needs one tentacle slam to take him out. He's got to sidestep it. What?
I think he was trying. What he was trying to do is he was trying to bait that in. But Smartest here, 3v1. You're really good, Smartest, but I don't know if you can really outplay this one. Now, 4v1.
Well, it looked like 3v1 for a moment because of this ghost, but it was a 2v1, joined by the Xerath, who doesn't get an assist on that one. Still, though, Smartest finding that pressure allows TGIFriday to kind of take a breather. The rest of the members to get some vision down around the Baron, get some movement throughout the map. Kog'Maw could head towards that bottom lane, get the wave pushing in the opposite direction because it is pushing out from Spicy Milk. Xerath ultimate going to come through, get a little chip damage down onto, whoa, hold on, the Kai'Sa actually might be in trouble. The Elise goes in, there's that kill, nice repel as well. Kog'Maw, however, is here to get revenge, but it's a 2-for-1.
Double kill over to Asuna there. But you did briefly mention it, the scaling. Now, one thing that I will mention is that the Kog'Maw, rather than going somewhat of a meta build of getting himself after the Ginsu's Rage Blade buying the Runan's Hurricane that I believe is pretty popular on the previous patch, is choosing to go for the route of getting the Wit's End. As you can see, I believe that's the Negatron cloak in his inventory, as that item did, I believe, recently get a mild rework. Someone in chat can correct me on that or give me a...
Killer Instinct by Match Decline going in onto Xeno,
with
uses
the
barrier. That will keep him alive for the moment. Supercharged by the side, still chasing forward, grabs the lantern.
Flash forward to Cathian Rain!
Does not quite enough damage. And they are able to get that Xeno out alive. Ooh, Void Seeker was trying to snipe him from a pretty good distance, but not quite the right target. They do get a top lane turret, though, for their trouble from the side of Spicy Milk, as Thresh is able to shove that in, pick up a turret. Now can join the team defending this mid lane second tier, as Lucian is still incredibly strong, 11, 5, and 3. That's going to be the target on everyone's minds for the side of TGIFriday. They look for the Catinator. Zucchini going to be in trouble, lose a bit of health. Nice test of spirit from the Alawi to kind of reset that. Catinator popped by Xeno, who recalled and showed back up in time, had the vision from a ward. Gets a kill on that Kog'Maw. So TGIFriday say, you know what, we got to back away. We can't fight this. Is all 5 members of Spicy Milk are here. They're going to actually be chasing forward. Not going to get much, though, as everyone from TGIFriday were able to successfully walk away. Now, will they turn onto the Baron, is the question.
I think they should, especially because Catinator is the jungler here once again, and he is going to be that smite. So Asuna is going to be having
hold on. Oh, Lawi's got her ultimate up, but I don't know if she's going to be able to use it. She's CC'd until she's gone. The CC chain coming out from Spicy Milk. Beautiful stuff. That would have been the perfect time and position.
The Killer Instinct is up from the Kai'Sa, so if she does want to try to go in on this, she can Void Seeker in onto a person, as she just whiffed it there. Would have tried to do Void Seeker into maybe a Cathian Rain onto the Baron.
Oh, she's going to be dead. Oh, hold on. Okay, yeah. Killer Instinct won't be able to do that. Nice play from the Thresh. Pushes Jammy Jar to the side as he's going to go in just to die. Elise picks him up. Can now get the reset with a nice repel. Shen jumps forward as well with that flash. They're looking for the taunt. They don't need it. All that they need is a cocoon, as Elise is going to be able to pick up a double kill. 12, 4, and 6. High impact player. Catinator is a high dead player.
He's just flashing his match. I think he's just having a good time right now. But while his score may not reflect it a little bit, Xeno is being a massive impact in these team fights. Just seeing on the backline, we saw how much damage he did to, I cannot remember which player it was. Maybe it was Catinator or maybe it was Jammy Jar. But he just dropped in the Q onto whoever it was and just chunked their health bar. And Lucky Friday, you do not have to apologize for thinking that you're bad. You are at least 2-7. The last game I played on the stream, I was like 0-10. So don't worry about it, man.
You could be the Ezreal last game that went 0-10 and got the 0-10 power spike and picked up a kill late into the game. Either way, it's not about the kills or how well you play, as a Cocoon comes through, and that is really rough, but happens to the best of us.
I feel so bad. We were just hyping him up, and then he just gets 100 to 0. Oh, apologies.
That's all right. Yeah. When you don't know, you don't know. In the meantime, match declined, trying to run away. Nice repel from the Elise, gets it just in time. Good stuff. Interesting. I actually thought for a moment that the Elise went with the boots of swiftness. However, it's the Wind Drake that actually allowed her to close the distance. Now the jump forward from Zucchini. He's going to get the play as well, and Dive just needs to drop a single auto attack. Takes out the Kog'Maw. 37 kills to 16. I think the snowball has been completed, and TGIFriday are in rough straits to try to stop this push coming in from the mid and bottom lane at the same time.
Nearly I think it's like 8,000 gold up at this point. And as you mentioned, the 10 death power spike, it makes me think of something that Double Lift once said. He said that the rule for solo queue that you should always follow is for every death you play, you should play, every death you have, you should play that much more aggressive, to where eventually you start playing so aggressive that you start, oh my word. Where did match decline go?
Dive is hearing your advice. Play hyper aggressive into double Nexus turrets and get a kill, you know?
Exactly. I mean,
best CC is death, so just kill everyone and you'll be just fine. As all 5 members of Spicy Milk with the Baron buff gonna push to end the game now. The tentacles come out from the Alawi, but she is already dead. Multiple super minions bashing away onto the Nexus. They're looking for the full ace. They will not get it though. The Nexus explodes. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be game number 2 as Spicy Milk proves sour or not. They will still make you double over in pain.
Double over in pain. And good play from both teams there. While it did get a little bit out of hand there at the end for the side of TGIFriday, and just they weren't able to really have the team find the team fights that they really wanted. They kept it close there for a very, very long time.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, drop them GGs in the chat as everyone else is doing. Give your respect to the other team. Good stuff there coming out from both sides. Welcome, Nuez. How are you doing? Poison hard carried, and that is all right. Whether you're hard carried, hard won, doesn't matter. One of the best things about it for you is the fact that you only died twice into a lane that you were dominated. 100 CS, this Smartest was over you, and yet you only died twice. I've seen lanes that fare far, far, far better and have died way more times. So that's sometimes the best thing that you can do in a game, even if you are so far behind in farm, it's ridiculous. Just don't die, because when you die, you take away that possibility for pressure in your lane. Now, to note, Poison, some point in the future, it might be a good idea, maybe in your third back, to buy at the very bare minimum level 1 boots. That's all I ask. It's just, look, you don't even have to get level 2 boots. Just go for the level 1, man. Just simple level 1 boots. Okay, moving on. Let's do MVPs and honorable mention for the losing side. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I bring up my sheet so that I can add some people to the list.
And which team would you like to cover, Jake?
I'll cover the winning team. Why don't you do the losing team?
So then for the losing team, I believe that would be for the side of TGIFriday. Honorable mention? I kind of want to give it to Lucky Friday 13 here. Just had some incredible setups in the bottom lane. Multiple times that match decline very much seemed to, as you said, like to play on 20 HP. And
oh my gosh, that was nuts. Just
going in so many times with so little health and just staying when she shouldn't have. But Lucky Friday managing to really save the Kaisa's bacon many times. So, and that would be, and
dude, I give MVP to match decline. You talk about playing aggressive. And not, playing aggressive until you don't die. Match decline played that fine line so many times.
Yeah. I will give it to Match Decline here. And that just incredible play, and was the main source of damage for the side of TGIFriday, and had so many times when she was so close to just getting kills, like Xeno living on slivers, the Acathian rain sometimes not coming down. So those will be your MVPs and honorable mentions for the losing team. And Jake, why don't you give us the MVPs for Spicy Milk?
Yeah, before I do that, a quick shout out to Smartest for his incredible pressure on that top side, basically soloing and multiple times 1v2, 1v3, even in the enemy team's base, having taken out the inhibitor turret. 1v3 still gets a kill. Now, you can laugh and say that it was Dive's fault for trying to play with the tentacle. He's like, which side are you gonna fall? Which side are you gonna fall? And the tentacle just slams right in the middle and kills her. Oh, I should have moved. Any direction would have been better than no direction.
You probably still even have the dash up.
Fair. But that is a shout out to Smartest for that. For the side of Spicy Milk, honorable mention is going to go over to Dive for playing a pretty beautiful game across the board. Great kills, great damage, great positioning when it came to fights. And again, even if he died here, died there, didn't fear going forward and still playing forward for that aggression. However, the MVP is absolutely going to go over to Asana for the early game pressure. How many times did Elise show up in the top lane, but still came mid and bottom lane as well? This Elise was all over the map, was behind the Kog'Maw jungle in farm because she was ganking her lanes so hard and allowing them, in the case of Shen, to stabilize, in the case of Xeno in the mid lane on the Xerath, to get small advantages and eventually come out with some victory, with some kills. You saw those times where behind in farm, she still got the cocoon on the Yasuo, pop the Yasuo, give the kill to the Xerath, and walk away, or just pick up the kills herself as she's sitting at that nice 14, 5, and 7 mark.
So, but overall, well played from both teams. Just great play from both sides. Keeping it close. This was
the
a big
goal was close for a lot of the game. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, up until like the very end when Spicy Milk just seemed to find the right fights.
All right, we are told to check out this video, so we'll go ahead and switch over to our recording scene, check this out, and then we'll go on a break as we set up for game number 3. Let's check in with this. I'll go ahead and turn the volume down a bit so we can see what is up with this clip that we were told by Cody.
That was Cody's just a legendary hook right there.
Yeah, I wanna see which. No, so he predicted it. He actually just predicted.
Cody, you are an absolute mad lad. Like that. Those are just.
Was that Killer Instinct?
Yes.
I think that was the Killer Instinct that he grabs her out of.
I don't know if that was, Cody, if you can answer me in chat. Was that predicting the Killer Instinct or just predicting like a flash or the Killer Instinct or just some form of moving over to the side? That's just nuts.
Or just an accident. There's been a few times where I'm on Thresh and I literally just completely int a hook that somebody ends up walking or flashing into, and then I completely play it off like I meant to do that. It's 100%.
Yeah,
like,
I'm good.
Oh,
That's
I predicted that. Yeah, I'm so good. Even though at the time I'm going, wow.
Wow, why do I suck?
I'm glad that worked out, because otherwise it could have been bad. Yeah. You predicted it. Well, you are a monster, an absolute monster. Good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.